big game for him, isn't it?
Absolutely. But, you know, stats-wise, in terms of average goals per minute, Torres has got a better stats than Mandzukic. Mandzukic has, I'm not saying giving up, but certainly before the big games, he had problems with the ankle. After the big games, he continues to have problems with the ankle. And I think he smells that he won't be there next season. And Torres, meanwhile, is really switched on and really up for the challenges that Simeone throws at him.
Luis Enrique looks like he's up for this as well. How much credit do you give him, considering where they were this time last season, exactly a year to the day, losing the title? He's come in under Tata Martino. They're on the verge of the treble.
Well, it's a completely different team. Most of the same players, but you could see like it's a team that struggled to drop points or to not at least be competitive. And that's credit to Luis Enrique. He's got this team full squad, fit and available to be selected, and a team that is compact, that is competitive, that he wins football matches, and in their hands to win those games. Like last season, it seemed like he not was so much on the hands.
Again, we'll talk about this more later, but Luis Enrique, his future very much in doubt.
Very much so. You think if you win everything, why not stay? And it will be up to him, he says. He's not told anybody what he wants to do, but there is the impression in Barcelona that the opposite may be true. If you win everything, why not leave?
That's one way of looking at it. I'm not sure if I would, though. But quite simply, Barcelona, 3 wins away from the treble, a victory today, and they will become La Liga champions. Let's see if they can do it. The commentary team, Jerry Armstrong and Rob Palmer.
Well, in the heat of the capital, here we are, a year on. Barcelona with an opportunity to grapple the La Liga championship from the reigning holders, Atletico Madrid. The referee, Diana Mayenko, is going to be a stickler for time because all of the games in Spain kick off at exactly 7 o'clock Spanish time. Still issues at the bottom of the table. Real Madrid are playing in the city of Barcelona against Espanyol. Still have an outside chance of catching their great rivals. As you can see, there's not a cloud in the sky. Keeper doesn't need to warm up. It's 88 degrees. And the cauldron of the Calderon. He's the only cool-headed character inside the stadium. Atletico have made it clear they're not going to roll over. They want the same kind of result that they managed a year ago this weekend when they took the title. They still have aspirations of finishing in 3rd place. And so, 2 games to go. Win, and Barcelona are champions. But Atletico Madrid promised not to be a rollover. And for a finale of La Liga, it truly is a 5-star game. But can a team from Catalonia clinch the title in the capital of Spain?
Well, that's a big question, Robin. I have to say, they are the team everybody's going to beat. It's theirs to lose the title. I think they're not going to lose this game for me. Even though Suarez isn't playing, I still think they've enough firepower to go on and win it. But on the other hand, Simeone's got a side that'll work really hard. Griezmann's in good form, and he demands from his players he'll get 100% effort from every single one of them.
Diego Simeone has a great record against most teams, but against Barcelona, he's managed only 1 win in 12 games against them. Consider the build-up to the game. Barcelona have so many options. He doesn't want his players to think they have to go out there. And he says just run and run and run. That's the only way he feels that Atletico can compete with the champions-elect.
Well, first foul given. Gavi jumping, using his arm, elbow. I think he gets a bit of leverage and catches Sergio Busquets.
Amazing,
what a good job.
The turnaround with Luis Enrique, written off by many in January when he dropped Messi and Neymar was out of favour. But maybe that was the turning point of his managerial career at Barcelona, and now he can emulate the lauded Pep Guardiola and win the treble in his first season.
He's got a great squad. He's got a great bunch of lads. They're scoring goals for fun, and I really do fancy him for everything. I fancy him for the league, the cup, and the Champions League, I think they can do the treble. All things being equal, and they don't lose key players. Now obviously Suarez is missing today, and he is a key player. But I look at the other side of it, like Real Madrid were in the commanding position a few months ago. Injuries played a bad part of it, but I will point to Morata as being a bad decision to sell him, and he proved decisive in the Champions League the other week, Rob, and he knocked them out. So they've only themselves to blame.
There is Neymar. Wide he goes, little Messi in that roaming position. For the start of the game, Pedro, the number 7 of Barcelona, will be playing in the centre-forwards position. Only his 14th La Liga start this season, but he's still weighed in with some important goals, 11 in all competitions. It's not bad, is it, when you're suggesting that a team is weakened when you have a World Cup winner centre forward.
He's fresh as well. He's fresh, and he's going to be full of running. He's quick, and he has an eye for goal. Normally he scores 18, 20 goals, but it's time for him to do damage here today. A lot of pressure on Messi and Neymar, though. They're the two main men. And watch out for Gerard Piqué. He's having a great season in terms of scoring goals.
Dani Alves to Iniesta, some curl on the ball. Juanfran edges it away. He's babysitting Neymar. Neymar scored 9 goals in his last 7 matches. Jordi Alba. Mascherano. Alves goes wide to Rakitic. When they met earlier in the season in Barcelona, it was that famous front three, Neymar, Suarez and Messi, who scored the goals. A 3-1 success when they played here in the Copa del Rey. Barcelona went through, and of course they're in the final on the 30th of May against Athletic Bilbao. There's a new dimension, though, isn't it? So we take every one game at a time. This one could win the league. Next week will be the celebration of that if it goes according to plan, and then the next game they have to take at a time will be the Champions League final, and then after that we'll have the Copa del Rey final.
Well, what a fantastic end of the season it would be for Luis Enrique and this Barcelona squad. But in terms of consistency, you can't put them down. They've been very consistent. Even Real Madrid would have to admit that.
Well, he has stamped his own style on Barcelona. Still, as you can see, they play this wonderful passing football, but at times they are able to make a more striking pass as well. Think back to when they beat Real Madrid. It was Route 1 Barcelona style, a long ball, and Suarez dropped the shoulder and scored a vital goal. Atletico trying to get themselves into the game in front of their own supporters. Here is Fernando Torres, has a great record against Barcelona from his first spell at the club. Here in his autumn years.
A little bit of a slow decision coming from Undiana Malyenko. I think the linesman give it. And Gabi, the captain, controlling this one.
Jordi Alba taking out a no-risks insurance policy, saying there's no communication. I didn't want to do anything too crazy, but against Atletico Madrid, giving away any set piece is a bit of a liability. 24 goals from set pieces the situation this season as Godin prepares to take off. Piqué gets ahead to the ball, bodies tumbling everywhere. Koke. Rakitic, all hands to the pump for Barcelona. They can't afford to concede an early goal. They haven't conceded in ages in La Liga, but they've been tested here.
That's silky soccer, Rob. That's brilliant football. Clever, inventive play from Atletico Madrid, and Griezmann almost opened them up. Another corner kick, and you're right, that's the danger signals. They're very strong on the set plays. Jimenez, Godin.
Well, it's a raucous atmosphere, a sellout at the Vicente Calderon. They're trying to put the frighteners on Barcelona. Keeper stays on his line, flips across. Tremendous claw out from Bravo after the deftest of touches at the near post. Arms go up, flag stays down. Griezmann tops it in there, and some breathing space for Barcelona.
Well, it hit the crossbar, I think, Rob, as well. There's the flick on. Flaps at it, he does. There's a flick on off the back of, I think it's Jimenez. That's a fabulous save. Oh, give credit to the goalkeeper. And then he's helped along its way. All under the cosh, certainly, for Barcelona.
Well, he's had 5 clean sheets in a row, Claudio Bravo. Of course, ter Stegen has played in the Champions League. He's the cup keeper. But Claudio Bravo is heading to take the Zamora Trophy for statistically the best goalkeeper in Spain.
Yep.
Takes it away from Courtois, who took it for Atletico the previous 2 seasons, now at Chelsea.
Well, Courtois won it last season, and of course they won the league. They were the champions. And it just goes to show, if you don't concede goals, you can go on and win things. And that's not a good pass from Mascherano. A little bit perturbed is the word.
Nice turn from Arda Turan. PK, yet another corner conceded.
Well, that was a poor corner to concede. He could have headed that back out wide for a throw-in or out in the wide position. But every time we're conceding corner kicks, they're putting themselves under pressure. Arda Turan to take it from the right-hand side.
All the heavyweights are in there. Godin and Jimenez. Turan delivers. They're depending on PK to come. Another incredible save from Bravo. Well, he wanted to know there was an offside in there, but he's keeping his side in with a chance of taking the title tonight.
Sensational save here. He's just offside. Left foot, he hits at Griezmann, and that's a top-class save from the goalkeeper. He doesn't know he's offside. Bravo.
Well, they cushion the Barcelona play for the opening minutes, and now they're throwing absolutely everything at them. Atletico Madrid trying to do their uptown rivals Real Madrid a massive favour here.
Well, there's no love lost between the two of them. They've already beaten them for the title last season. They're the champions. They're not giving it up without a fight.
Well, it's in-your-face football from Simeone's side, pinning Barcelona back.
I don't know any other way to play. Well,
Godin is claiming that he'd been grappled by Rakitic.
Oh, he didn't go for the ball. Rakitic, he was more interested in what Godin was doing. But it's a great start, opening 10 minutes from the home side. They're really going for the jugular.
Jimenez skies the ball. But the motivation for Atletico is not to allow Valencia to catch them up and to ensure they finish in 3rd place and don't have to go through the playoff system early in July. Every professional footballer does like those extra few days, or maybe a week or 10 days it would mean to their summer. There's Neymar, he's heading to the Copa America. Brilliant ball by Neymar, freestyling with Iniesta. In it comes to Messi. Messi! Right down the throat of Oblak. We have a game on our hands here.
A real treat. That's great football on the counter-attack. One-touch play is sensational from Neymar and co. And then the shot from Messi on the edge of the box is brilliant as well. Well, plenty more of that, please. That's what we want. Andres Iniesta, Neymar, Messi. The 3 skillful players involved in that last attack. Great entertainment.
Rakitic, who had a great game against Bayern Munich, looking to take his first La Liga title. Pedro, Rakitic. Pedro has a big act to replace in Luis Suarez. Suarez has taken to La Liga life, hasn't he? 14 goals in his last 15 matches, but not fit enough to start today because of the thigh problem that he picked up against Bayern.
It's a shame because it took him a couple of months to get started, Rob, and you're right, he's been in fabulous form the last 2 months.
Nice ball over, Barcelona finding their step again. Busquets to Piqué. Goes on walkabout. Rakitic. Looking for Lionel Messi. Oh, and he'd managed to shake off the interest of Jimenez. And he does score his fair percentage of headers.
Rob, he adjusts so quickly. He's not that tall, but look, he's got himself a yard of space against Jimenez. Great ball in, and he bars the header, keeper in a good position, Oblak. He was saying at the start of the game as well, Oblak, you know, he knows the front players are lethal, but he's not frightened of them, and he's had a very good last 5 or 6 weeks since he's come into the side. He's been absolutely superb.
Mascherano back to Claudio Bravo. It was argued that Claudio Bravo was going to be second choice, but Ter Stegen, when he came in from Germany, picked up an injury in pre-season, and Claudio Bravo has kept the gloves for all of the La Liga games this season. Messi gets into that magnificent stride. Pedro, Neymar and Messi await anything he can find them with. Godin throws himself in the way. Alba. Here's Antoine Griezmann. It's a game of cat and mouse. A reminder, we will be keeping up to date with what's happening in the Espanyol game against Real Madrid, and bringing you any goals as they're scored. You can also pick up that game on the red button if you're a Real supporter, or indeed an Espanyol supporter. That's over on Sky Sports 3, sorry. There's Neymar. I'll tell you that Valencia are losing against Celta 1-0 in that game. Valencia, the team directly involved with Atletico for the third place. That's good news for Atletico. Pedro helped on again, but cleared by Godin. Piqué up to Claudio Bravo. Make it 470 minutes now since Claudio Bravo conceded a La Liga goal. Rakitic. Busquets. Messi. Iniesta. Jordi Alba. Simeone down. Trying to get his players to close down. Easier said than done against Barcelona.
They're so good in this one-touch play, Rob. You're right, passing and movement is the order of the day from Barcelona.
Alves, and that has been one of the weaknesses for Barcelona this season, the crosses of Dani Alves.
Yeah, a poor ball. He's looking to put a lot of pace on it. He's trying to say that, but he's completely mishit it. Put it out for a goal kick. He hasn't done bad. Fernando Torres popped up with some goals this season. Well, second half of the season when he joined.
Well, he scored 6 goals so far in all competitions, including a goal in the opening minute when he played against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey. Rakitic. Dani Alves to Rakitic. Mascherano. Barcelona happy to play the possession game. Atletico content to condense. Manfran. Nice little layoff. Manfran follows the tram line, but then was derailed.
He couldn't keep it in play.
Barcelona have brought a full first-team squad to Madrid, 25 senior players, and they've also included Sandro and Munir El Haddadi, who scored some vital goals at the start of the season before dropping back into the B team fold. Here's Messi. Pedro joins in. Now to Neymar. Atletico backtracking. Neymar rolls it to Messi. And he's still adjusting his viewfinder.
Wasn't bad. He's leaning back slightly, you can see, as he goes to hit this shot, Rob. The build-up play was excellent, though. Really good counter-attack movement. But that's a poor effort from the little man. He would expect to do better than that. Disappointment, Luis Enrique. Another great technical player.
He's going through a goals crisis. He hasn't scored in his last two. Lionel Messi, just the 53 goals in his 53 appearances this season.
Yeah, only 40 league goals as well, Rob, in the 53. Incredible what he and Ronaldo have done this season. Two behind he is. Ronaldo's on 55 for the season, and he's on 53. That's some return, isn't it?
Rakitic sprays the ball. It's not yet the full flavour, Barcelona. They were given a tough game against Bayern Munich in the Champions League this week to make it to the final against Juventus. And we have seen they are the most finely tuned team. But it's only two changes, so fatigue may be a factor. Here is Messi. Oh, it's a great stretch from Jimenez. Pedro gets it back in, diving header by Neymar and scrambled over the bar.
Wow. Harder to keep it out. They're asking for a handball because Juan Fran blocked the header from Messi. Yeah, it hits him on the hand. That would have been a goal. You can see why they're appealing for it. It hit the left arm of Juan Fran from the header of Messi. Referee had a good view, didn't think it was deliberate and hasn't given it.
Sometimes the officials are swayed by a large appeal, and there was no appeal from the team in this luminous yellow strip.
Well, don't come up much more experienced than Undiana Malyenko, Rob, and as I say, had a fabulous view. It's a mistake.
Busquets bullying Thuram. Sergio Busquets is looking for his 5th La Liga title.
How important was that toe poke from Jimenez on the break, Rob, as well? I think Pedro would have been clean through. Exciting game.
Very high line here, being helped by Barcelona. A massive gap between the defenders and the goalkeeper. But they know what they're doing. There is this fallacy that Barcelona may have some kind of defensive weakness, but statistically, they have been sensational this season. Claudio Bravo has broken a record. He's kept 22 clean sheets. They like to throw a footballing party, but their housekeeping's pretty good as well.
You love your goalkeeping stats, don't you? Rob the Cat Palmer.
Flying pig, please. Claudio Bravo, the Chilean international, who, like many of his teammates, will be heading to the Copa America. That would have been one of the knock-on effects had the players been allowed to strike this weekend. That would not have affected Copa America. But we're here. Thankfully, there's no crossing the picket line. We have top-class entertainment, albeit no goals for you so far. Won by Rakitic. Pedro's away. Rakitic almost willing them to foul him, but it was an excellent tackle by Mario Suarez.
It was a foul.
That wasn't. That's a free kick.
Going to be a yellow card, I think, as well. Or was it Godin? Well, he's had a swipe at him, hasn't he? 2 swipes at him. And you can see it warranted for me a yellow card.
Taken quickly. Better cross this time from Dani Alves. Maybe rushed a little bit for Piqué, could join the attack. Iniesta to Busquets. Rakitic. Remind that all of the games have been played at the same time this weekend. Sunday matches next week. All of the games will be all the games will be on Saturday at 5:30 UK time. Free kick, it's getting a little bit feisty. The referee offering protection to Lionel Messi.
Well, Gavi has another kick at the back of his legs. He's not the first player to do that.
Well, so far, Jan Oblak, the Atletico keeper, hasn't been truly tested.
But should Barcelona have been awarded a penalty, Rob? That's a big decision.
Taken quickly. Oblak was wide awake to the dangers. He's done very well. He's come in for the last 11 games in a row. He lost one of those and had 7 clean sheets in the 11 games since he was declared the undisputed. Well, he's not number one, but the top keeper for Atletico Madrid, taking over from Moya. No foul. Well, it can bring you many things at home. You can have the crisp sound of the Vicente Calderon these days. And of course, the wonderful HD pictures gives you everything. But the one thing you can't sense at home is the heat inside the stadium. The players will be welcoming the shadows coming in. But it's 88 degrees at kick-off time. A wisp of wind in Madrid.
Well, thankfully there's a big shadow as well. I don't think too many players want to play on that far side.
And Fran Jimenez gets it long, looking for a mistake that doesn't happen from Piqué. Griezmann hasn't got him into the game yet. Now Siqueira joins the attack. Full-blooded run from the Brazilian. Lays it across, but very calmly Busquets stems the flow.
Well, sitting nicely, and Gavi had a pop at it. There's the interception, comes shot.
Well, Atletico could effectively lose their last 2 games and be safe that they're going to be in the Champions League next season. But any suggestion that the Simeone side is on the beach and he would get the deck chairs and chop them up for firewood.
No, you're right, it's to do with commitment, and he's very passionate about that in the slip.
There's a late foul there. Godin was down.
He slipped though, it was accidental. You can see Godin was just a little bit open, and Pedro thought he could pop in and get it, and Godin took a kick. Thus there he slips here, loses his footing, and he has to put it out of the way, and that's one he has to challenge for. I think Pedro has to go for that.
A lot of suggestion that Pedro may want to leave Barcelona, but where do you go after FC Barcelona? And he's at 50 caps for Spain. He's won every possible major going out there. Unless he goes to Real Madrid or maybe to a club like Atletico Madrid, it's going to be a step down for him.
Well, Luis Enrique made that journey. He did, both teams.
Can they crack the Barcelona code here, Atletico Madrid? Now, one of the teams that do like a long throw. Godin stationed at the near post. He's joined now by the other 6'3" centre-back, Jimenez. That's where the ball is aimed. It's over Jimenez. Godin gets ahead on it. Torres backs into Mascherano, two former Liverpool players, of course. Now Siqueira gets around Dani Alves, but only for a fraction. Alves content that it's just a corner.
I think Dani Alves is suggesting he kicked the ball onto the foot of Siqueira, and it shouldn't have been a corner kick.
And across the 6 it goes again. Mascherano's header. He's only, what, 5'8", 5'9", but he is dominant in the air. It's the reading of the game rather than the height that is the strength of the Argentinian.
Yeah, he's got a great attitude as well. Siqueira there, legging to get forward.
There's Mascherano. Well, the games in the Cup were pretty flamboyant affairs. Atletico lost 3-2 at home against Barcelona. I think I remember them dominating the first half. They scored 2 goals in the opening 30 minutes, then it all went wrong in the second. It's safety first from both coaches so far. Barcelona throwing their weight around. They have the best disciplinary record in La Liga, but Pedro, for the second time, leaves his mark on an Atletico defender. It was Godin a couple of minutes ago. On this occasion, you see he caught his partner, Jimenez. He's still the 4th top scorer in the team with 11 goals, despite being a so-called bit part player this season. Mascherano wins another header. Made his name as a central midfield player, a ball winner. And they thought it was going to be temporary when he came to Barcelona, and he was operating at centre-half. But of course, it's similar with the low centre of gravity you need against Griezmann and Fernando Torres, and a little turn of pace as well. There's Neymar to Pedro. A bit of payback maybe on Pedro there, who has been the sinner, now he's sinned against.
Well, he's getting pressurised from both sides. Mario Suarez is on one side of him, and Gabi's on the other. Juan Fran, you know, there's a combination of 3 players. They're very quick to close down.
There's Iniesta. Mascherano. Half an hour gone. We await our first goal.
It's a good tempo though, Rob, for half an hour in these conditions. Quite hot.
I'm sure you don't remind him, but you know the day. June the 6th. Barcelona in the final of the Champions League, and they're calling for a penalty here. And it is a big call for Undiana Mayenko. He converses with assistant referee, and together they decide that Dani Alves was trying to kid them.
Well, he's got wrong side of the defender, I know that. I'd like to see it again. I thought it was a penalty the first time I looked at it.
He says his shirt was being pulled. It was a theatrical fall. There was a touch there from Godin, but not enough to send him splashing like that.
He's definitely dived. There's a pull there that side, but as soon as he feels the pull on his shirt, he goes down.
It's not very often that you see this kind of show of petulance from the Barcelona players.
Well, they could have had a handball, Rob, and when you see the angle from the other side, you can see his shirt was pulled, but he goes down too easy for me still. I still feel he's gone down far too easy.
He had a case.
Oh, he had a case.
There was a part of his shirt which was grasped by Godin, but it was the way that he threw himself to the floor, which was unconvincing for the officials.
I think he's gone down too easy for me. And
they have given a free kick, though, bizarrely.
Well, this is getting more ridiculous by the second.
So is that the free kick for the shirt pulling outside the area, and the yellow card for Dani Alves throwing himself to the floor inside the area?
Well, then the linesman must have saw the shirt pulling incident from the right hand side, but he had to decide whether it was inside or out.
Godin is apparently booked as well for words to the referee. The referee is using the 18-yard line as his marker. Now he'll take the 10 paces. Oh, he's not got the magic spray. It would make it easy for him if he did. Messi on the sunny side of the field, which is causing a bit of a problem for All Black. Messi fires it in! Oh, and it skims the paint off the top of the crossbar.
And that was a great strike. Have a look at this. Well, can't see from there whether he's inside or out. He definitely had his shirt pulled, no doubt about it. Wow, off the top of the crossbar. All Black wasn't getting that, Rob. He was not getting that.
Well, Messi does reserve his best for Atletico Madrid. He has a good record against Real, but even better against Atletico. 22 games against them, 22 goals scored. His first ever away day hat-trick was at this very stadium back in 2009 at the Copa del Rey. Right, do Atletico come out of these long shadows that have been cast around the Vicente Calderon? Torres fouls Mascherano.
Well, Torres tackles him from behind, and that's the problem. You can't tackle him. That's definitely a foul. There's no danger of that. He's lucky he doesn't get a yellow card for it.
There is the Liverpool connection here, of course, with Mascherano and Torres and Luis Suarez. And Sevilla losing at home against Almeria is a surprise scoreline. Sevilla need the win to put the pressure on Valencia ahead of them in the table. The 3 points between Valencia and Sevilla. And of course the early news wasn't good for Valencia. All very tight at the bottom of the table as well, with Deportivo, Granada, Eibar all on 31 points. Cordoba as good as down. Still not sure about Almeria. The official table says they've got 32 points, though it is expected that the 3 points will be deducted, taking them on to 29. So it's a movable feast at the bottom end of La Liga. Things stand at the moment. A draw would be enough for Barca to take the title for a 23rd time, as Real Madrid are still drawing against Espanyol.
Yep. 23, but there's still a long way to catch up the 32 titles that Real Madrid's got.
Jimenez clears. Who will blink first? To Neymar. There's Iniesta. Neymar, lazy ball hasn't quite worked for him yet. He hasn't got into the rhythm of the game.
Well, it's cut and thrust from both sides, and tremendous amount of effort been put into the game, and both sets of goalkeepers have been involved and made some good saves, but no goals so far.
Jordi Alba. Now Neymar. Very deep position for Neymar to start from. Not making a great deal of penetration into the Atletico defence. Rakitic. Dani Alves. Big ask for Pedro. Lays it off to Rakitic.
It's a poor ball again.
Overcooks the cross, but excellent control from Jordi Alba. When Fran comes to meet him, Alba wins it back. Barcelona upping their game a little bit here. Busquets. Well, I think we can class that one as a shot for Sergio Busquets.
To say it wasn't one of his better shots.
Man who's never scored 2 goals in a season. He's stuck on 1. Well, there's a sellout crowd here for the 13th time this season. You get a lot of tourists that head up to the roundabout, but these generally are die-hard Atletico supporters. They will be rewarded with a new stadium in a couple of years' time. They'll do well to have the character of the Vicente Calderon. Iniesta. Now Neymar. Through the legs brilliantly of Suarez. Rakitic steps over to allow Messi. Good early cross, or Pedro went for that audacious overhead kick, which brought him a goal last week against Real Sociedad, one of the picks of the season. Lightning doesn't strike twice.
Yeah, I think Rakitic and he got in each other's way. But that was a good chance, good challenge from Mascherano. And to make sure Torres didn't get clear.
Eibar had equalised against Getafe. Eibar, one of those clubs down in the relegation zone. They're at the top of the tree. Barcelona have a very tough game on their hands if they're going to clinch the title today.
What a turn.
Brilliant from Messi. Now Pedro. Full steam ahead from Barcelona. Alves with a poor cross and whisked away by Manuel Suarez. Rakitic. Alves. Busquets. Iniesta wearing the captain's armband. Rolls it to Jordi Alba. Busquets. Barcelona happy to go from touchline to touchline via the 3 midfield players, waiting for a gap to open up for them. There's been nothing so far to exploit by this expertly organised Diego Simeone team. Pedro's broken free. They've lost him for once. Can he find somebody in there across the 6? Evades Messi. Leaves it for Alba. Alba has to be quick. The brilliant defending by Juan Fran. Now Torres on the counter-attack. Past one. But enough of an obstacle to put him off, and Busquets will start all over again.
Well, super piece of play, and unfortunately when the ball was cut back from Pedro earlier, Rob, it went behind Messi and he tried to tee it up for Jordi Alba, and Jordi didn't get the shot off. But it's good stuff, counter-attack football, end-to-end. Barcelona dominating possession, but they still look threatening. Atletico Madrid on the break.
Iniesta. To Rakitic. Early crossing, goalkeeper doesn't communicate well with defender. And Godin took charge of the situation. Torres leaning on his former Anfield teammate Mascherano. There's Piqué. Ada Turan. Antoine Griezmann. Bit of a trek back for Juan Fran. Puts in an exhaustive performance on the touchline, doesn't he, Simeone?
This is once cut back. Look, it falls behind Lionel Messi, and then he tries to set it up for Juan Fran. Or sorry, for Jordi Alba, but Juan Fran gets in the way.
Piqué. Iniesta. year ago, of course, it was Atletico Madrid who were clinching the title against Barcelona when Godin scored that famous goal. And they were so close in the Champions League final as well against Real Madrid.
Small margins, Rob. That's the difference of very, very tight games. There's not an awful lot between the top 3, 4, 5 now. Sevilla becoming a stronger side, a good squad, and obviously Valencia are a very good squad as well, even though they're trailing at home by 1-0 against Celta Vigo.
Alves. You can see how far back Messi is dropping now to try to make things happen. By him going back that far, he's dragging a midfield player out, hoping that extra space can be exploited. Pedro. He's had more of the ball than Neymar and Lionel Messi. Griezmann. There's Piqué holding off Fernando Torres. Torres starting. Mandzukic not considered fit enough to play from the start. But may well be on his farewell trail as well.
Just looking at Torres, how much effort he's putting in the squeeze and pressurised Piqué. 43 minutes gone. He was all over him like a rash, and just that sort of presence is what you need to try and make a mistake. And any team that makes a mistake in that defensive third could be punished very, very bigly, and it could even cost the game. Not seen an awful lot of Neymar.
Well, the best way to describe this game is it has been totally tense. I suppose it's a good little sparring exercise for Barcelona, because Simeone has set up Atletico pretty much like Juventus will play against them in the Champions League final. Griezmann leaves the ball behind. Mascherano sees the stadium clock has only 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Dani Alves. Oh, and it was dipping, and it was a brilliant save by Oblak. He had to watch it every inch of the way.
Well, what a strike from Dani Alves. This dipped massively from the Brazilian fullback. Got a hold of this one. It started to dip, and the keeper gets fingertips to it. You thought it was going to be really high, but that's a wonderful strike. And a wonderful save.
Been 2 or 3 excellent saves in the first half, spread between the two keepers. Alves fires it in. Blanket defending once more from Atletico Madrid. There's the referee's done at least a minute to the first half. Haven't had any injuries, haven't had many stoppages. Talking points for the guys in the studio is how Barcelona crack the Atletico code, and indeed whether it was a true penalty call. Neymar to Rakitic. Game of patience being played by Luis Enrique's side, loosely given away by Dani Alves. Here is Griezmann. One final first half flurry from Atletico Madrid. Torres is in there, but checking him all of the way was Jordi Alba.